Hello, welcome to the Vitality Project. And in this segment, we're going to do push-up progressions, or how to do real push-ups. One of my inspirations for doing this is my mother, who started push-ups, started training Kung Fu at the age of 68 after having survived 2 types of cancer. If she can get into Kung Fu and start doing this, anyone can start to exercise and get strong. And so here are my secrets and my keys to doing push-ups for strength and vitality, in addition to being good at your individual sport. The first thing I want to cover is using full range of motion. And what that means is this: if I get down to do push-ups and I do them like so, a lot of people, if you'd like to do a lot of push-ups in a row to win a push-up contest, you want to go up and down within a short distance. The problem with doing push-ups like that is that your strength, your body, your stabilization muscles, see our segment on big muscles and little muscles, will be strong in this position. Versus if you have to reach out with strength, or if someone hands you a couch or something else heavy to move, the strength will drop. And so the first most important principle is the one I teach my toddler class in Kung Fu, is you put your nose all the way to the floor when you do the push-up. And I'll show you in a moment how to do that safely. But it's very important that as you're working, you want the full range of motion as you can, so that the entire body, not just the chest, but all of the muscles build in integrity. All right? The second major premise is to move smoothly. What I've said earlier is a lot of force can be produced by the center of the body to get it to come out. What we want is strong joints, and sudden jerky motions during training need to be avoided when you can. They need to be used at the correct time only. And in my opinion, in the push-up process, keeping them smooth will help to lubricate the joints and will give the joints of the body plenty of time to go through cellular adaptation and become strong. I don't know if you've noticed in your practice, but the muscles are the quickest tissue to adapt. The joints are always slower to heal and to change according to the training. There's a series of reasons for that involve fuel, and then we'll have that in another segment. But the important part is to be cautious and very good to your joints while you're building your strength. Okay? So what I'm going to show you now is push-up progression as anyone can do it, even with broken arms. Sounds crazy, but let me show you how. If you're using a machine, you can simply set the weight low. The problem with push-ups is it uses your body weight, and you can't change your body weight on a dime. This is how you do it. If this is a normal push-up position, the first thing you can do to change progression is to put the knees down. But if you bring the hips back enough, you can watch. I'm actually going to do a push-up without using my arms at all. Now that's kind of silly, and it was mainly for the demonstration of the purpose. But what I want to do from there is put my hands down, and the more my hips come forward, it's going to load weight onto the hands. And so with my hips back like this, I can be very smooth, and it's almost no weight. This is excellent for recovering from an injury. If I bring the arms out and I bring the hips forward more, I load more weight into the hands, and it becomes more difficult for my prime movers and the stabilization muscles to work. All the time listening to the body. The last version of this from the knees is to bring the hips in line with the knee and do this version. Now, a small digression here. Those are known as girl push-ups. I hate that word for a few reasons of that term, because number one, it's derogatory towards women athletes. And I've worked with a lot of fantastic women athletes that can whoop your butt. They can whoop my butt. They're strong, they're physical. But it also bugs me that that type of push-up is seen as less strong. It isn't. It's a fantastic way to finish a push-up set and to heal from injury. You can continue to move as your injuries heal so that you heal in a place of strength. So all of these progressions are valuable, even if you need to do them in your own home because you don't want to be seen doing that type. Fine with me. But don't give up on it. This is a great way to practice, okay? From that position, from the knees, getting this in line. And one important factor here also is to keep the head, the back of the shoulders, and your sacrum as if you put a broomstick on them, roughly in place. So if I bring my hips back, I want to maintain that alignment. And with the hips forward, it's the same thing. After I've gotten these down, I simply move to here, all the way down and all the way up smoothly. Same thing, same speed, nose and up. Many people, or for many people, the best thing to do is to get to the point where you can do 3 of those, then go back to your knees. Then you'll do 5 of those and go back to your knees to rest. But you end up finishing your set of 8 or 10 or 12, whatever number motivates you and challenges your body. But to move between the progressions in difficulty is very smart because it allows you to build more evenly instead of trying to force it out by jerking the motion. After you've gotten the plank position set, which I just demonstrated, you want to continue to up the difficulty until you're challenged. So some very simple ways to do this are, go from here to the fists. Again, you may only be able to do 2 of these, which is fine. You simply do 2 and then go back to the hands and do 3 and go back to the knees to finish your set. All right? Now, there are some folks who need even more challenge. You can do them on the fingers, you can put a foot in the air, you can do a series of things until your body is challenged. And one of the main things that starts to happen, I don't know if you could pick this up through the camera, but as I did that, my shoulders started to shake a little bit. What this means is I'm challenging the stabilizers. This is what I want, right? You challenge them and then you move to an easier form of progression and continue to move back until you find a level that challenges you. It doesn't matter how many push-ups you can do unless you're trying to win a contest. If you're trying to win the contest, you don't want full range of motion. It will tire you. You just want to do the minimum required. But if you're doing them for the case of strength, full range of motion, and it doesn't matter how many, it matters that you're challenged. You work through the progression until your body's uncomfortable, but not guarded. You continue to do that, you'll end up with a strong, not only strong arms, strong chest, strong core, and good joints. This is Dr. Evan Hughes, and thank you for joining us with the Vitality Project.